Is the Army changing or lowering its standards to be able to get more recruits to join its ranks?
The Army is giving recruits who fail to meet requirements the first time around a second chance.
The answer is yes and no. Yes, I get it. From time to time, you put on that winter coat and you gain a few pounds here and there. It happens all the time. And then all of a sudden, you realize that your pants are getting tighter, which means you're in panic mode. All right, I gotta stop eating and then I'm gonna go work out a lot. Problem with that, it's so hard to stop eating altogether. It's impossible. You work out a lot, but there's a saying, you can't outrun a bad diet. It's a constant struggle. We all know there's a recruiting crisis that's going on in the military. Some parts of it is because nobody wants to join, because of the workforce, all that stuff, and this life ain't for me, the Army life. Another part is the pool of Americans that's actually qualified to join.
Facility in Warren addressed the issues of childhood obesity and a decline in educational achievement, which has led to a soldier shortage. General McConville says the Army has a 90-day program in place aimed at getting possible recruits where they need to be physically and academically.
There's a large number that is overweight. Obesity is a problem in America, it's the truth, because we just eat good in America. And that's one great thing about living in America, is eating those fatty and juicy burgers. And the sweets, man, cheesecakes, chocolates, you name it. Just gives you that certain high when it comes to carbs and sugar. I'm talking about it because the Army has height and weight standards, and although it's not new, that they're changing the standards.
What we're looking to do is to inspire young men and women to serve that can meet the standards of the United States Army. We want to invest in American youth, and what we've done is we've actually stood up a future soldier preparatory course to help young men and women who want to serve that are having problems meeting the academic and the physical requirements. We're not going to lower standards. What we're going to do is help them meet our standards.
If you haven't heard before, there's ARMS 1.0 and ARMS 2.0. ARMS means assessment of recruit motivation and strength. Your motivation to change your ways and the strength to do it. ARMS. Now there's 1.0 and 2.0. Let's start with the ARMS 1.0, which was established a while back. When I say a while back, probably in 23 earlier on. This program actually adds 2% of the maximum body fat for anyone to join the Army. Whether it's male or female, the maximum body fat is really dependent on your age and your gender. To find out what's your maximum body fat, you just gotta download this Army regulation, that's why we call it AR 40-501. It's an easy Google search, and there's going to be a table there that tells you specifically on the entry level what is the maximum height and weight and also the maximum body fat. This is basically a medical standards to join the military, that regulation, but for this video, just follow along. Download that regulation real quick and then find that table. So I'm going to give you an example. Let's say a male from 18 to 20, I believe. It's authorized 24% body fat. And I think females in the same category of age is, I think, 30%. We'll use that. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. The ARMS 1.0 gives you the 2% leeway. So basically, that's where the Army lowering its standards without going to the recruiting stations, because a lot of people are scared to go to recruiting stations because they think they're shipping off to training when they go to recruiting station. If you want to know how to calculate your body fat on your own, there's a way to do it. First, you got to download an app. Just go to Apple or Google Play Store and download, I don't know, Army height and weight calculator. It's very popular. I have one. And you just pick one. Once you download that, have somebody do this for you. Your mom, your brother, your homie, your sister, whatever. If you're a male, get a tape measure and make sure you're measuring it in inches. Measure your neck right above the Adam's apple. Measure it carefully. Just do it right. I know there's going to be room for error, but at least you have a good estimate. And the second measurement you're going to do is your belly, right above, somewhere in the area of your belly button. So take the circumference in there, get those two measurements, also get your height measurement, and don't go off your driver's license because you just self-profess or self-declare your height and weight there. Make sure You use the same tape measure, maybe tape it on a wall and have somebody measure your height in inches or in height in feet, but just do a Google calculator on that. Put those measurements on that app, it will tell you your body fat. So now you got your estimated body fat. Obviously, you're gonna do this again in the recruiting stations when the soldiers or the recruiters actually are trained to take the measurements, but at least you have an idea what's your body fat before even going there. ARMS 1.0, that's where the Army lowering its standards. They just gave a layer of the same standards that they lowered when you go to basic training, because right there, that's where they lower it to 2%. So since you already got your body fat or estimated body fat, and then reference to the regulation, whatever your age category, you're allowed to go up to 2%. What they're gonna do in basic training is that they're just gonna height and weight you, see your progress every week, which means when you go to your recruiting station and you fall under the 2% allowed or lowering the standards or whatever, you can still get a job before you ship out. You basically pick a job, you'll have your basic combat training date and your MOS, and then you ship out. The only difference is you're gonna be closely monitored while you're in basic training. The standards is still the same, they're just kind of bending the rules a little bit, letting you in as long as you're like, hey, within that 2%. Now the ARMS 2.0 is completely different. This is what I love. This program, I am a big fan. What they did was bridging the gap from the enlistment process in preparation so you can be successful, or at least a good shot to finish basic combat training successfully. The ARMS 2.0 is built from the 1.0. Because right now, that's what I said earlier, they changed the standard a little bit to 2% over your maximum body fat. Your ARMS 2.0's goal is to be within the ARMS 1.0. I know it gets confusing a little bit. The goal in the entire program is to get you within that 2% threshold of the ARMS 1.0. Not to get you all the way down to what the AR 40-501 says according to your age. You can still get a job before you ship out. The Army spent millions of dollars on research and development of this program. And when you go there, it's a 90-day course. That 90 days, you're gonna learn a lot that most people spend a lot of money getting to the same program. You actually learn about nutrition, how you can't outrun a bad diet. You're also gonna be put on physical fitness regimen. You basically have your own instructor. Granted, they're drill sergeants, but the entire environment is not like basic combat training. The environment is dedicated towards fitness and motivation. That's the reason why they call it the ARMS, because it's the assessment. They're gonna assess you as a recruit based on your motivation and strength.
When you are done here, you're gonna be a different person. It's gonna, this experience that you're gonna go through is gonna transform your life.
As long as you get in with the program, you're gonna be successful. So that 90-day course, their main goal is to drop you within 2%. A lot of news stories about it, and I heard a lot of great things about it. It's very successful. Before they did a pilot program wherein, hey, let's test the waters. But after some time, it proves that's very successful. And I love it because, one, we provide the strength of the Army, but the second piece is you're helping the generation that's now very exposed to obesity. That's very controversial. But another solution to our obesity problem in America, getting better, and you're improving yourself because they already assessed your motivation and strength, and they deemed that you're gonna be a good fit for the Army.
Here we go, here we go, all the way, all the way, here we go, here we go, every day, every day. Sign my name on the dotted line. Sign my name on the dotted line. All I do is a double.
And I've been to basic training myself. I'm telling you right now, you're gonna definitely lose weight there because you're sad and you're getting pushed to your limits every damn day. I know I'm exaggerating, but it's kind of true. You're gonna be sad in the first few weeks. You're gonna miss home. Fun fact in basic training when I was there, they have mirrors, right, in basic training. But the mirrors are very small and you can actually go to mirror the bathroom, but maybe because I was short, but you can kind of see up to here. So the whole time I was in basic, I didn't realize I was losing weight, and I was a little overweight when I first joined the Army. And then you go to AIT, and that's the first time I've seen it. Like, oh my God, I can see my abs. So if you ask me, it's a great program. It gives more people opportunity to join the military and serve their country, and at the same time for self-improvement. It's gonna go a long way, especially with the nutrition one. That's really good. So which means you don't have to starve yourself to lose weight. Let me know what you think about it. You're watching the High Speed FNG channel. I'll catch you in the next video.
Love at first sight, when I looked in those eyes.